whistleblower guy, did he just
Hello?
stop yapping because no one listened? He just started fat chilling. They're gonna do like doing Grubhub like reviews. Nah, he just started chilling. He was just like laying back, waiting. Did they He's like, oh, I'm about to die. I might as well try it. I'm about to stick my finger up on that prostate. Oh yeah, I'm about to die. You know, he tried to S and D, and he was just like, he
Hey.
broke.
Alright.
Yeah,
Is
these
that
are new aliens.
audio?
They're like a little bit taller. I think they did a scan, and they're like, this one was pregnant. Maybe that's why
a little bit.
trying to keep his bubble shut. Didn't want the baby to die too. When World War, you know, the first real war we don't know about happened. The real war. When the real war on Mars happened.
I have no clue how well this is going to hold up. And I've already seen the lost one of the cameras.
Like the dude was showing. Dude, are we sleeping on something? It's all starting to link together. Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, stop your complaining. Go lay down. You're being an awfully complaining boy. I did lose one of the cameras. Well. Give me a second while we fix it.
Lots of fun. You need to know basis. Lots of fun stuff, you know. Yeah, you don't need to know shit about that much. Anything else other than the mummies chat? Hey, Cryptid. Anything else? John Oliver had a thing on UFOs. It was a decent watch. He's just kind of talking about why it's so secret-y.
Alright. We almost got this off of that.
Subreddit. About it. Nothing too crazy. I thought that would be more eventful.
Go night-night, Bubba. No complaining. What are you crying about? Go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. Go night-night. Come on. Go night-night. You already ate dinner. You're just being a complaining little jerk. And you do it right when I start doing stuff. You had all day to complain at me.
What's that shit called? The Chick-fil-A. Now we snuck into what's it called? Grove? Oh, I know what you're talking about. What's the alien video I'm making here, Lou? But we can hush. Is it aliens? I mean, it's adjacent. I think they might worship aliens. They'll throw a little bonus in here. Excuse me, what is it, Lou? Bohemian Grove. Some kid snuck in there. Bohemian Rhapsody Grove? Sneak? Bohemian Grove sneak in? This is a deep dive right here, man. I'm just getting History Channel. This is all the clips. This kid? Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Turn off the audio. Sneaking inside. Yeah. It's really fucking creepy. This is like where the Illuminati does their shit or whatever. Oh my god, is that George Bush? Oh my god. This is a real picture, dude. This is intense. What are we looking at? Up on the nose! Real conspiracies, dude. His teeth. Oh my god, this is intense. Tony Blair, what are you doing? This guy down here is doing the toaster. Oh my god, man. I love watching shit like this, man. Yeah, I mean, good old conspiracies, they're always fun. I don't know what the fuck this is. That's scared. So he snuck in and yeah, the boxer that yeah. What happened with the boxer guy? guy Ryan Garcia started going off about how the Illuminati's real. He went to their meeting at Bohemian Grove. He said he saw a lot of fucked up shit. I'm not going to go into, as it says on the screen right here. Not funny, man. Don't drink fried buffalo. They'll leave each other.
We all have too much access to the internet. I think that's what this whole thing is. This is what it all tells me. Is we're just too connected sometimes.
Nothing's as good as access to the internet. I agree with you.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
It does make you think, man. But you know what? That might be attached to this in some way or whatever. I did see a clip of, it might be adjacent to this, Elite of Grove stuff going on. Oh, he's like asking people what they think about it. I saw a clip of, Jim Brewer, who was really close with Dave, and it was a clip where I think he was talking like Roseanne or something. I saw the clip because my algorithm's always like, "Where's Dave Chappelle?" And he said that when it went down, like when he went to Africa and all that, he said that he was approached, and then like, Roseanne, she kind of says whatever the fuck she wants these days.
Yeah.
He's kind of like that too. And then like the other, it was Roseanne's son, like who talked to him? He's like, I can't say. And then Roseanne was like, yeah, you shouldn't say it. He's like, he got approached. And to the point where Dave grabbed him, he's like, we were really close. He's like, Jim Brewer, you guys know the half-baked guy. Dave grabbed him, he's like, you believe me though, right? And he told him, like, people or someone who approached him when he was like, at the height of his fame. I was like, dude, what the fuck was that? And they just, like, moved on. Like, yeah, we shouldn't talk about it. We need to move on. I'm like, aliens? What the fuck is that? Just, like, powerful elite? Like, who, though? He's, like, a very specific person. I can't say or who it was or who it might be. I was like, that's what I want to know here. Who fucking told Dave you need to stop or...
I mean, if that's true, like, that's what gives them power, though. Is nobody just fucking outing all the information of them doing this weird shit.
I don't know, man.
Like, I understand being scared for your life and your family's life and all that.
Because they're all fucking, what, chilling in this grove?
This is not the right video, by the way.
Prime? No, it's the right video. This is the video of them running around drinking Prime and doing, what, running?
Yeah, okay.
It's like this?
Yeah, but I think it was
All right.
guy that's kind of copying him or something.
Maybe it was Harvey or Diddy. I don't know who it was, but it was hinting like crazy deep level and like celebrity elite shit. Like approached him and freaked him out so much that he literally thought he was losing his mind. Like an Epstein type of thing. I don't know.
See, this is where the Illuminati meets.
All right, we made it. This is very creepy. I'll give it that. But could this just be like a summer camp? I was gonna say you could film a summer camp at night and it looks scary.
Well, my whole thing is, I feel like it's like, the Elks Lodge?
Sure. The people watching,
or like the Shriners, or like, where a bunch of old people meet up to like.
Alright, let me get this ball.
Like a fraternity type thing.
For rich elites.
So what they are is just like the elite.
No, don't come over here and beg.
Yeah,
Go lay down. Go night. Come on. Go. You ain't got no reason to not want to be out here. It's nice out. You got a lovely bed. And everything else you need. Go lay down. Quit being a dick. Fucking wait until I'm actually busy to start acting a fool. I'm tired of hearing you whine and cry. Get it. Alright. See, this looks like it's missing the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might be later in the video. There's a part 1 and a part 2 of this. I think it might be in part 2. Oh, that's it right there. This feels like a fucking video game right here. This is insane. Look at this. This is creepy.
No way. Bohemian Grove.
I did it. See, that's like the owl right there, I think.
I actually made it.
Someone's gonna make a video game out of the Bohemian Grove experience. How is that not a video game?
It was like Don't Scream.
Exactly. You use that same Unreal Engine.
Bohemian Grove, bitches.
Bitches, I'm out of bitches. What the fuck is that? Is that like a drain? I don't know. That's like a trap. Is that like a trap door? You'd be like, all right, Bill Gates, take one step to the left. You go down the slide, and then you become Prime. You drink Prime, and you become Prime.
And
I'm fucking doing it.
trying this life for any longer, I might get fucked.
You're gonna fuck me.
Look at this thing. This is like a sacrifice thing. What the fuck is that, bro? No way.
Dude, this is crazy as shit.
And that's the fucking owl. That's the
Big hollow. How many bones are in there, though?
It's really built just all this bones.
What? Dude, Bohemian Grove.
I don't know what they do there. They do.
Alright, so headset seems to be on and working.
This is creepy. This is some good, like, scary campfire story shit. Yeah.
Get the buddy thing going.
They got like a little stage left, like, alright, go out this way now.
So this is where...
Man, I'm gonna get back to work because I've messed around with this for too long.
What the fuck? Like stage lighting? I don't know.
Is that a little grave right there?
Fucking grave, bro. They used to do ceremonies with a fake child sacrifice. All on video. This is creepy. This and Hitler, they're not clinking glasses in the forest, but yeah, they're doing it in like in conference rooms. Yeah, they're more like a hotel lobby. They're doing it in front of your eyes. Creepy.
You go like behind the owl. I gotta smell what's on.
We're in deep, brother. Dude, they're gonna start watching us. Even the rocks are fake. This is my watch history now, dude. We're gonna be on the list.
You're gonna get the Alex Jones special.
Chappelle, you gotta go to Africa. What if he never come back? I mean, it'd be an interesting life. Also, you know what? Oh yeah, you know what? That's life until you die. You know what he also said? So he said, I just remembered with the Jim Brewer thing, talking about Dave, and that someone or something or some force of whatever approached him, freaked him out so much he left. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, some of us even wonder if that's really Dave, like the one that's out there now. Roseanne's like, they do clown people. I was like, wait, he is really buff now, and his voice is like totally different. Oh, he's like old Snake. Dude, they really they were getting at the idea that that's not actually him.
Oh, come on, you little stupid app.
His face stitched on a new guy. Because he used to sound like this. Come on, man. Now it sounds like this. Now he's white. Still does a little bit of that. Oh, I know. We didn't listen. We should have listened to Cat Man. Should have listened to Cat. Maybe he's maybe he's a plant. That might be in on it, right? Talking about the Ambrose Cabbage.
Come on, you stupid app. One time I need shit to work.
Yeah, when you step on them, what the fuck goes down? They have like wire axe, and they like oh like Cirque du Soleil. Pretty sick. Dude, Pop, you seem to know a lot about them. I knew a guy that worked there. No, you didn't. Yeah, like very briefly. Like he did much more like it's like a camp. Yeah, it's just like a camp. Yeah. This is summer camp where they do like maybe some theater shows. But fuck yeah, it's creepy. Fuck yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, any camp is creepy at night. If anything, a lot of mass gay stuff is happening. By trespassers, I would say mostly.
Allegedly, somebody got leukemia from Prime. Allegedly. Allegedly.
I don't think it's a big alleged, dude.
Hey, that's what they said. I didn't say it. Allegedly.
I'm not a couple more times. I wouldn't drink people putting the goo in their body, right? That was like when the Grimace Shake was going down, and that one guy was like, you all fell for it. They wanted you to like it. They wanted you to make memes, and you put the goo in your body. I saw a post on Reddit that a guy was trying to sell an old Grimace Shake on Facebook.
It is free.
But yeah, shout out to
Were you drinking?
Reckless Ben. You wanted it so bad. You wanted that purple goo. I love the guy. Your body. I love the guy that's doing the very illegal breaking and entering with the mask on, and he shouts himself.
Shout out to Reckless Ben, my homie.
Shout out to homie.
Come on now. The fuck.
I love that.
Nice. In the bathroom, are we gonna see like Bill Clinton was here, like inscribed?
Wait, what did it say? Musicians? What?
Musician entrance. Looks like people still there.
Yeah, I think it's just a place where a bunch of like super famous boomers like meet up. It's careful. Make out and watch some fucking musicians play and stuff.
Even if it is just private property, that's scary. I feel like this is where you get shot too. This kind of trespassing, they'll just like shoot you.
Oh
Usually
yeah,
have those signs.
They'd probably get away with it too.
I think as content creators, I have to encourage people not to do anything
You
illegal.
don't do this.
But this is very interesting content.
Do not do this. This is how you get murdered and nobody ever finds you.
Yeah, I gotta be further down. I gotta get out of here, man. What the fuck?
I found my canoe.
Found a way out. It was like in the video game, This Is Your Escape. For real? He had to take this shit?
Yeah, he had to go across like a river or something.
Oh my god. Okay. With a pan? Oh my god, what a badass, dude. That's
Why didn't you bring a rope?
Alright, here we go. How fucking cool. What kind of Silent Hill puzzle is this? This is the easiest layup for a video game. The don't scream, you need to pivot to this. You have the meat bones to just do this. Alright, here we go. Exiting the Umbrella Corp.
Why can't everything be easy?
Infiltrate and expose, and then once you're there, it's
Just want to use the simple things I have. It always wants to be evolving. Well, this is why we do tests.
Yeah, I watched this and it tripped me the fuck out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, when lakes have this fog coming on, oh,
Can't believe I'm using a cast iron. Yeah, us either, dude.
oh, okay.
dude, I saw something.
Just like that. In the fog.
I know, with your light on, you're just, they can totally see you. Yeah, you're glowing, dude.
Oh, shit. Dude, why do I feel like
What?
I'm like way too big for this, and the water's like right fucking on me. Oh god, I just gotta dump my pants. Fuck.
Well, I mean, maybe not using a cast iron pan that weighs like 10 pounds. Might help.
You should have got a lighter, something lighter than the cast
There we go.
Literal swamp ass. Oh shit, cast iron. Alright, coming in.
Alright, let's try to get this second camera set up.
Fuck, coming in hot.
Seafarer's from like 50 feet.
Alright.
So, let's do a hypothetical here. Let's say his canoe tipped over and he's drowned, right?
Quote unquote.
His friends would think the Bohemian Grove sacrificed him.
Yeah,
It did, technically.
the curiosity.
See you guys in the next video. That's another problem with this, man. You gotta be careful what you make your thing. Because now how else are you gonna make content? You start with infiltrating Bohemian. Where do you go? What's your next upload?
Yeah.
Like, where else can
Safari is Area 51.
That's the risk. Elden Ring Part 1? Like, you can't even, it's a hard pivot, too. Yeah, unboxing videos. Unboxing? Yeah. That's a tough one, man. It's a real tough gig you got there, but fuck it. What's at the bottom of the real crystal is? It's crazy. RE7 DLC right there, boys. There it was.
That was sick. Alright, we went down a little bit of
Weirdness there on this alien. Good
What up, viewer?
UFO catch up, but
that was just crazy footage. I just couldn't believe some dude snuck into that shit.
First person sneaking into places like abandoned buildings is really cool.
Just trying to get all this stuff
And got arrested.
running all the same way.
Going and exploring the old
So I can control it all.
tsunami with like the radioactive stuff, like abandoned buildings, just exploring.
Did he have his rat suit on? Did he have rat away?
Yeah, mask on. Oh my god. And like abandoned like mall, and they got like eventually like the cops got arrested. Started throwing third arm on his back and shit too, probably, huh? Fukushima. Oof, dude. Let's see here. Yogoro collapsed. Phil McGraw, Nauticus. Mom found the poop. Sonic Poo, the 2. Ouija board. And High Flyer. Ouija board says aliens. They're out there. Can we do a poll? I gotta get a poll in the Twitch chat. I wanna know if today swayed anybody or
I believe
a
they're
popular
out
mic.
there.
See, do you believe yes or no? We'll do an official poll going on.
In the universe or in the world?
Have aliens been? Do you believe that aliens have visited? That aliens have been here?
I can't tell if I'm on anything.
I brought up earlier.
The chat isn't working.
But I'll bring up this one, which is considered one of the best UFOs. I don't think we put it in like a dedicated YouTube video of what this footage looks like.
Says I'm up, but I'm not dropping any packages. Or maybe I don't have it open.
Okay, so check this
Stream quality is good. Not dropping no frames.
So this is the footage. This guy was like a camera dude over there in Turkey, and he films this thing over the course of a few years. He shows you the full zoom. So this is a full zoom. So this is 2008. That was the moon. He zoomed in on that dot, and this is what he saw floating above the water. Okay? You type Turkey incident UFO, you'll find it. There's not the bird, the country. There's hours and hours and hours of it, and it like rotates, and it starts glowing differently. It's weird.
Let me find it.
Like it gets really glowy. Where is it? Does anyone speak Turkish? Look how glowy it gets. Any translation? Something about sushi. What you got during the day?
Alright. Cool. So the delay on the YouTube is super loud, but that's okay. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interesting. All right. Let's fix that. I think. Play around with this here. We'll turn this sync off. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look, exactly 5 seconds off. So we will go the other way. Let's do. Five, four, three, two, one. Super late. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's weird. It's like it's getting worse. Let's go extreme. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How's it still? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my alarm to get to work. Ugh, video's so not a sync. I hate it so much, but it's just gonna have to do for now. So I figure out the rest of it. And the audio sounds terrible because I need a real microphone. But the stream is up on YouTube, and I'm assuming it's on Twitch. I guess we're up and running. I don't have all the stuff I need set up. I realize now I need like the chat thingy up and a bunch of other stuff, but we'll get that fixed up as we go. I'll get the rest of the multi-streams up too for Facebook and Instagram. And I guess this is all working out all right. See what she looks like. Just a couple seconds off on the video. What up, people? Twitch chat's still not working at all. If you're in the Twitch stream, try to chat something. Cool, so I can see some of the multi-stream that happens on. If you could chat in any of the things, pop in and say anything. Like, I can't see the. I'm not so worried about the Twitch chat right now. Sorry, Twitch chat people. Twitch chat doesn't work. Yeah, see, that's weird. I'll have to figure that out too. And that camera's too close. Let's see what happens. I need like a reflector doohickey to aim the other camera. Good. Probably had it in the right spot. I'm just lots of seconds behind. I should look over there. That camera's real time. Alright, bet. So this one's real time. These two are real time. Focusing on the wrong stuff. Alright. Let's make something real quick so I can do this. Hey, Mickey. How goes it? How you doing today, lovely? Cool. So the multi-stream thing tells me everything, so I can kill that. Alright. Excuse me. So I'm pretty sure I can see Mickey in there now. So I see the YouTube people. Oops. Turn on some Spotify. See how long it takes YouTube to kick me off. I'm sure if I
Done that in the chat. Instead of like Charles Barkley, that should have been the cover.
Oh no.
You're laughing, you're crying, bud.
Alright. So I guess I'll have to check out how the audio really sounds when there's stuff like music playing. And that Vibinium kind of works. I wonder if I put a shade on it, will it work better? Then with these little 44 mil discs, exactly this. Oh, that might have to be what I do. No, it's a little too dark. Yeah, that does work really well. Okay. I might actually do that. Probably throw those shade keys on it. Alright, back to turtle making. Sorry guys. This is like a test run of what we're going to be doing on the stream. Now that I see it all live, I got a lot of stuff to figure out. But nevertheless, stuff's got to get made. So we're back on it with Turtles and Bangs. We can never have enough turtles. Now we're going to improv this one pretty quickly off some cane I already got built. I start my guys off with like a little puck, a little flat guy here. I'm going to drop a little something in the middle here. This is going to be the core. I'm going to smush that on there real nice and kind of loosey goosey. Let it do its own thing. Maybe a little twist, a little something for attitude. So we got a little hot dollop on that bad boy. So we're just going to heat it up, flatten it out. Oh, last year I made so many of these daggone turtles. that they've become a weekly ritual now, or pretty much a daily ritual now. But no matter how many I make, people always want more. So I'm trying to figure out stuff that'll make you money. If you happen to be a glass blower out there or anything like that, or turtles. Turtles work. Snails are hot. Pretty much any animal you like, really. Somebody out there is going to like it. Especially if you can make it all cutesy rootsy. Alright, so let's flatten that bad boy down in there. Put something like that. In the future, I'll be able to switch cameras. I'm not quite sure which camera on the back of my camera is actually the camera that then I like to do. I'm gonna draw it out a little bit by compressing it, like letting it implode a little bit. Sometimes that adds some depth. Because then I'm gonna put a little lens on it. And then I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to add the body color and put on the body part. Yeah, they take a while. These are the longer turtles I make. I make two types. I make one set of turtles I sell for $25. And the big boy turtles go for like $45, $50 if I get real serious with it and do something real wacky. But it's real simple. Real simple ones are fast and easy to make. You can bang out a whole bunch of them at once if you really wanted to. These guys let you kind of explore how fancy do I want to get. I'm like, I know I had them. So now we'll go ahead. How's that look on camera? Yeah, we need that welding lens on that other lamp. If you could really see this if I had that on there. Anyways. See it, Robert? Doing too much. In a minute here, we'll slap that bad boy on and so I let it compress or implode just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of depth in there. Now I'm going to heat the face up. I'm going to gather up just a little bit of glass on here. We're going to sink a nice big old lens on top of this so we get a nice good optic to the center. Push ever so gently so you're happy with how wide it is. And then I like to add just a touch more glass on top and let that drop right down. And then later on in the process, actually, we're going to go ahead and put this back on the mother rod. So back onto this rod that I added the lens to. This saves me a step if I didn't tear it off there. Gonna melt that seam in there, but barely between the two pieces of glass. Basically saves me a step from the way I was doing it before. Before I was kind of stacking them and then putting the wrap on. and then flipping it over and flipping handles. But with this setup, it allows me to get the edge nice and round. For my next step, I tear off this side here. And now I got something that looks kind of like this. Where we got our little lens in there, a little plug happening. And when I'm prepping a bunch of these, I can do a bunch of these, set them all up. Especially if I don't know exactly what I'm going to wrap them and color them in. But it saves me a couple steps. So now we'll do the wrap part. Wrap. I'm going to add just a little bit of glass just around our little cylinder plug here. And that's going to be like the little optic window part of the pendant. Basically the space between the color and the little centerpiece. And we'll do that pretty much like voila. Alright. Then we'll just go around. I like to go around 2 laps. Maybe. I'm working on 8 mil, so a little easy. So save yourself the heartache and pain. You are trying to do this by using like pulling it down a little bit to stringers or whatever, just so you make sure you're getting like that nice even application or whatever. But sometimes you just work with what you got. Alright. Everything's going fine. So then we got a little like Saturn looking guy here, the plug with a little ring wrapped around it. And we'll go ahead and melt that in. But when I let them get cold like that though, really slows down the process. What I like to do, if you're going to straighten stuff up, now's the time. Any mistakes you have made in the application process, if you don't fix them now, they're harder to fix later. I don't know why I'm trying to do it with that. And I'm just trying to straighten out the little halo I put on it, so when I go to run it down, it'll run down nice and evenly. I don't have to worry about it being off center or not moving the way I want it to move. Alright, that's good enough for government work. So now I'm just going to focus heat on the little rim. We got this little top shape guy here. I'm just going to focus the heat on that for a little bit. Try to stay off the center as much as I can. I really just want to melt in that ring a little bit. And then while that's hot, we're going to roll it on my marver, my little hand marver here. And that helps kind of smush it down nice and even. If you do it in little moves, it'll go better. If you try to smush it all there in one, you'll probably just mangle everything. With a light little gentle touch on my marver. just to roll that edge flat. And as I go, I'm straightening it back out on both sides, the front and the back. Trying to keep everything as like centered as I can, and you can start to see that it starts to roll that edge flat. And we'll do it one more time here until I'm happy with how that edge is, because then we're going to put the little wrap of outer color on that. I'm going to straighten it out one more time. And it helps sometimes to let the core heat kind of come off the tendon a little, so you can be a little more aggressive when you push this flat as you roll it. But just do it in smaller moves. You won't have to worry about it so much. So I'll let it roll for a couple seconds and then try to get it out of the flame and straighten out any wobbles I got. And I think that'll be good for now. So I have something that looks like this. Alright, we got a color in there, a lens on that side. That's the back end of it. Boom. Probably should have did this part earlier, but we'll just grab a color that is handy, and that color today is, I don't know. Let's just grab a handy color. What's this? Red? Yeah. I think this is red. Yeah, that's it. Got me some red Elvis here. And once again, this is something that you should probably pull a little stringer down for, so you can work with it a little bit better. But we'll just use more heat. I'm sure the sink is way off, because I never really tried to make sure that the sink was better, but y'all get the hint. So I'll just take a little bead and run it right on that flat surface I made. And I rolled that shut. And try to stay on the edge there. If you drift too much, it's going to be all wobbly. And it won't be as uniform as you would like it. Alright, boom. We got something like that. So now we got our little layer of color on them, right? And now we got to melt it all in. The part that is very important. And I'm probably going to heat this red up a little bit on this, and then we're going to switch over to our laser beam. I feel like the premix has a little bit more penetrating heat, so it makes putting the heat exactly where I want it, keeping it there. Very, very useful. And we'll do the same thing like we did before. We're wrapping the clear, is that I'll roll that edge to kind of make sure everything's nice and even. And then this time I'm really letting that heat blast it. Really letting that heat blast it. And rolling that edge. That's something that looks like this every time. Like a little disc. A little bump in it. Now that I got that end done, now that that end's all nice and dialed in, let's finish up the back. Couple bunch of heat in it. There we go. Got that egg nice and ripping hot. If you make a mistake, it's okay. Go back. Heat it back up. Bump it back to where you want it. And we're going to do one more roll on the edge. And then we're going to flip it over and take care of the front. Alright. And we'll make sure nobody's shooting. What the fuck is going on out here? None of my fucking business. Oh, that's what I get for living in the hood. Hopefully I didn't fucking let this thing get cold. Alright, nobody's being shot at, I think, so we're okay. Just the sketchy crackhead type stuff going on. You know how that is. Now I'm gonna gently reintroduce the heat back into this now that I let it get cold. Yeah, I'm heating up the face side of the turtle. So there's going to be a little seam that you're going to have to work out a little bit. You'll work most of it out when you do the lens part, when you sink that lens in finally. But I learned if you preheat it a little bit on that side before you switch sides, that seam's a lot easier to handle if you have to handle it. Alright, bet. Boom. That's good enough for this demo, right? So now we're going to switch hands. Prep our punchy up. Not cut glass everywhere. That's it right there. Get it on the center. And now I'm going to clear off that extra glass I put on before. Cut the lens off that rod. So now we got something that looks like that. Right. How does that look when I do that? Probably not great. I'm going to zoom that camera way out. Boom. So now I'm going to sink the lens in. And there is like a trick to it, right? I want the lens to melt in, but I also don't want it to like melt all the way down and in. But you can kind of pick and choose. You can either have it stick way out, like a big button for a lens. Now that works in some applications. But this one I'm going to sink like 75% of the way into the pendant. And you'll see what I mean. So that's about halfway there. And it's about that tall now. But try to keep it in the frame over there so you can see it now and clear it up. Alright, so you'll have something that looks kind of like that now. I'm going to sink it a little bit further, and then we'll go ahead and put the body parts on. Body parts are real easy. You can do this and apply it to your style, or if you have a cooler way to put together a turtle, let me know. But that's about as far as I want to sink it. This is going to be nice and lensy. As you can see, I have that little spot where that seam was. And now I'm just going to roll it level for a little while and focus that heat into that lens. And I'm just waiting for it to level out and center out the way I need it. I'm really blasting the very, very tip of it where I want the lens and the glass to move around to center itself as I keep it moving. That will probably work. And boom. Now we're on center again. And I ended up sticking this one in like 100%, but you get the idea. You can leave some of that hump out if you really wanted to. Boom. Let it cool off a second. Now, I'm going to pick them up. So now I'm going to pick it up by its bottom here. Nope. By its top here. Alright. So we're going to go back to that red Elvis because we got it here in candy. I don't know how this computer's spinning so well, but it's doing a very good job. So now I'm going to add 4 little dollops on the bottom here, which are going to become the feet. And in this case, I'm going to try to put them way off to the edge, but still on the bottom. Knuckleheads out here blowing up stuff already. At least it's not shooting yet. So I put one little dot there. And put another little dollop across from it. They'll be like opposite. I find if you do it this way, you don't accidentally not leave yourself enough space. And I'll put the east and the west on. I'm leaving a little bit of glass behind. Remember, if you do something you didn't want to do, don't panic. Just undo it. There's just silly advice to all the glass blowing homies who actually blow glass, and I'll laugh at that. But they know what I mean. Let's slap another one on here. And that'll be our last little dollop for the feet. Boom. Alright, now I got something that looks kind of like that, right? Not very turtle-like yet, but we're getting there. So each one of those little dollops I put on is going to get kind of smushed out into like the little turtle feet. And I make them like this because I like my pendants very wearable. They got to be pretty tough for you to wear every day. And the trick is to really weld that bad boy on there. So if you have to ask yourself, did I heat that up enough? Is that going to stick on there well? Probably should double check it and make sure. Because in these cases, you got to be a little over than under. Especially if you want it to last a long time. Expect people to wear it. So that's foot number 2. I'm just really going to use that bad boy on there. Alright. So now we'll work on the other ones over here. And I smush them kind of out and up toward the body of the turtle. So I really want it to be welded on there, but I still need it to kind of have that character. There we go. Boom. So now I got something that looks like this. Now we're going to tap them off here. I'm just going to double check that weld and make sure I got it as on as I want it. Alright, now we can move on to the head and tail. So for the head and tail, I pick which side I want my head to be on. In this case, I think we're gonna go over there. So I pick which side I want my head on. And then on the opposite side, I'm gonna add the little dot that's gonna become his tail. A little bit of glass I weld onto there as my handle, essentially. Alright, so that's going to become the tail. And then we'll put one little dollop on the opposite end, and that's going to become the head. And that dollop's going to be a lot bigger because it's also going to be the bail of also going to be the bail of the pendant. So I'll leave behind a bunch of glass. We can take off extra later. And then I'm going to weld that tail on real good. And then we're going to switch punchies and punchy up to that tail and pull the head. This way is kind of like my instructional way to show it. If I'm doing it like production style, it tends to be a lot way faster. But it's good to go through all the steps. When you're doing it like this, so I'll knock it off. Pick them up by the tail. And now we can make the loop. Loops took forever to learn. If you're out there in the world buying glass pendants, or checking them out or whatever, the very first thing, it says a lot about the pendant and the maker. If I spent a ton of time making a cool pendant just to put a janky, brittle, easy to bust off loop on it, doesn't really matter how good that pendant was. Alright, we'll make our little question mark there. I always stop there and try to make any corrections at that point. Then we'll blast where I want them to meet. And we'll go ahead and marry them. So we're going to have like a rough little loop that looks something like that. And now, we'll weld that. And when you're welding that, when you're welding anything really, you're really trying to make it become one piece of glass. You're using a little gravity and the heat and the way the glass wants to flow to get it to go where you need it to go. And then once I'm sure it's welded on really good, I'll give them a little pull. It is. I'm not sure if it went to sleep or what. Oh, it's still going. Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But I think that'll be it for today. I'll go back